miraculous.
Shaman of the new age.
I experienced miracles, physical, medical, psychological miracles, without knowing actually that they were.
I was told that something in my digestive system would have stopped working and I would have to take pills from now on for the rest of eternity to make it work and function. Well, I changed that, and my digestive system is working without any pills. I was told that I was in states that I was absolutely incapable of getting out again on my own. I was getting rid of any of those foundations that are considered as necessary in order to survive. There is so much more support accessible to us all the time than we may know. I was able to heal discomfort that was intense to a degree that my surrounding wanted me to take pills and to work with these kinds of support, as they considered it as impossible to go through it without these pills, and I didn't make it happen. I managed to regulate my emotions just through the work of my mind and using mental and physical tools without needing any substitutions. And this mental activities and these physical activities were letting me work, cooperate with energies the entire time in so many different ways without me having the idea about it. Now that I know I do. Well, we can do something with that. Singing,
I'm working
dancing,
with energies in any
designing,
kinds of
painting,
ways. I'm working with energies
swimming,
in the way that my intuition is telling me to. This is the strategy that I'm using, and this is the strategy that I have been using, which made me create tools that I can use the
cosmetics.
The specific order of how I use the tools, when I use the tools, how I modify tools, how I let tools evolve is always depending on the situation. It's always a surprise for me too. I'm always new in the process as well, because my intuition is the instructor. It's telling me what to do. I'm told that I have to change the way how I am in order to fit into what was considered as the right thing to protect me and to create the greatest life for me. I decided to
body treatment,
and I went to another direction.
I learned,
which led me to. I dived into a lot of solitude, and used that to incorporate it into emptiness in order to understand what I want to be filled up with. I was living without fluent water, without heating, without a solid house, a solid foundation in that physical way, in nature, in a van. I was basically on my own in the wild, and I was just with my faith. At some point my faith got so true that I just knew. I studied dance. I studied contemporary dance. Well, first modern, then contemporary, which was already giving me the chance to get a closer connection to my sensations, which are essential for intuitive guidance. I am very grateful that I was so ambitious at some point that I wanted to have these degrees, and I made it to get the highest degree that I could get at that place at that time for that kind of art that I was so drawn to, which made me be connected to and made me be researching on the sensory system so closely for so many ways that I got very, very sensitive, and I would love this
sensuality to be an invitation and a possibility to guide you too. Because when we are closer to our sensory system, then we are closer to everything else. And this closeness is having and giving us the power that we need in order to be where we want to be, and in order to experience healing on such a profound and loving way. To me, healing is a constant process of pending from one extreme to another. There is no healed station or situation in my understanding. It's emotion, it's a movement, which makes me be convinced that I am always healing, I am always pending, I am always moving, I am always shifting from one thing to the other. The amplitude is simply getting a little more gentle from time to time. It needs less extremities, and it just can get more. It just can get softer and with more ease until I want more excitement. Of course, then it can also get a little wider. Mm-hmm. The conviction that we are actually being in the process of healing is already a step, is already tuning into that process of healing, rather than looking at a situation in the way of needing to heal, because you are already doing it. However the sensation is, it's part of the healing. This is it's part of my foundation, is that perspective. I just never had an understanding of this perspective actually being already a part of the success of healing, and of using and collaborating with energy in such a successful way, as I thought that this was how human beings would look at things generally. I just needed some time to understand that it's just my perspective, which eventually, after having experienced to be considered as someone that needs to change, actually showing me that this is one of the strengths that I am supposed to be there for you with. Ways of physical body miraculous. I was the only person I had, and I had my faith and I had my intuition. The only chance I had was to listen to my intuition and to follow it, and that was making it all happen. It is making it all happen. And when I'm saying it now with this different perspective that I gained to also have, it's absolutely amazing to talk about it. And I want to show you that our world can experience healing on a very different level, because when these things can happen to one person because of, then it can happen. Mm-hmm. Like a thunderstorm coming rushing in as a surprise. Okay, come on, let's heal the world. Well, I want us to become more and more aware of that through sharing how this energy was magically there for me and carried me throughout everything that I have experienced. That I know without this love that I was carried by and surrounded by, I would be somewhere else right now. I am here because I have the mission to let you know about it. I got saved and I got rescued by my intuition, by my faith, by love. I'm looking very much forward to collaborate with you and to create with you, to bring these healing processes into our awareness and share that with the world, because we are ready for allowing healing in different ways and in evolved ways, and we are ready to witness the physical power that our mind has, that our thoughts have, and that our convictions have, and that our sensory system has, that energy has. Because what else? What else can we turn to when things are falling apart? There's a reason why they are falling apart, and this reason is that we are starting to look into another direction and ask for support. And that we consider that there has to be another support than the support system that we have been creating and allowed until so far. And this supportive system is the way of help that I want to introduce more and directly to our way of being with one another. An organic and vegan life, anything that I use in order to support these situations that I'm going through are plant-based nutritions that nature is calling me to use and to invite into my life to give me that strength that I need. I was so busy focusing on and enjoying this, following my intuition, that I had no idea that that was actually special. I needed to get to that place where I had to observe things from a different perspective to see that this kind of living is actually, it's unique. Yeah. I want to share that with you in case you want me to. Invite me. Just invite me and I'm flying to you. On a plane. Alright, have a look. It's my office. Yeah, it actually is one of them. Thank you. Thank you for the music. To me, shamanism is the collaboration with energies, being led by the intuition in order to support the healing process. I consider myself as the shaman of the new age because I'm combining positions that create this balance. The sun's coming out. Shout, shout, ready or not. These are the things that we're going to find. Come on, I'm talking to you. Come on. Solaja Rechlin, of service to you, Shaman of the New Age. We have been doing things for, well, ever. Repetitively, history has been repeating itself while it was actually, beings on Earth that have made history being repeated again and again. The chance to do something in an innovative way is presenting itself through every situation that is happening again. I am here to make us aware of the possibility that lies within using energy as a severe part of our communication and a severe supportive system that we can rely on in order to create a new circle, in order to let history shift and slide into a more loving direction. We can also play around and create
of using
new things
anything
and
that we have
experiment
ever
with what's
used
there.
before. We would just create exactly what we have been experiencing beforehand. Anything that we are using now as tools in order to react to what's happening in our world will cause exactly the same outcomes that have been created beforehand.
Getting
And
those
in order
prospects,
to create something that is different, that is evolved, that is
seeing people react in the way they are
surprising,
reacting, seeing how people are with one
we
another.
need to cooperate in different ways, and we need to use different tools.
There's nothing to lose.
Different tools. Energy is such a different tool, and it's being presented to
There's
us now
nothing to
through
lose.
different kinds of ways, and the shamanism.
When you look at
of
what
the
we are
New
sliding
Age is one
into,
of these ways.
how people are still being with one another, which they absolutely have all the reasons to. I know. Still, when you look at how people are being with one another, being actually so evolved beings, then there's really nothing to lose. Experimenting with something so different than what we have been operated on until now. So we can also just do it.